do want to toss a little extra in here. So we had no formal announcement of anything X-Men related. So are they dropping in one of the... Well, okay, X-Men 97 don't count. Come on. Don't be...
Oh no, I wasn't counting that. I was just more like, they didn't actually.
Yeah. I know somebody's gonna bring that up, and I don't want that to be like, oh, they did. Look, we're talking about live action. Where and when are they going? Because there's literally like 12 empty slots left that they haven't announced what's coming. Where are X-Men going?
Well, I don't know if you bring them in before the Avengers movie.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think they come as a consequence of one of them.
Yep.
Because a lot of this stuff is consequence of Endgame.
Yeah.
So I think that's how you play about with it, but then again, they literally just had Miss Marvel and it's like, hey, mutant, and then that's it. It's like, okay, they literally just exist.
Yeah, so can we string that for 3 years? Like 4 years?
It's like, to be fair, Kamala was originally going to be pitched as a mutant.
True.
Yeah, and Spider-Man was originally going to be called Flyman, but hey, not everything's a smart idea, is it?
Hey,
Sean, if you're listening,
again,
I'm sorry, I'm not really mad about it anyway.
Again, that was Perlmutter's follow-up from Perlmutter, so blame him.
I mean, the whole X-Men thing is interesting to me. What if they do introduce mutants but don't put together the X-Men yet? So like,
well, there is that thing, right? Because it was I think it was last week before Comic-Con. There was the whole thing of the mutants is going to be the movie, and like certain people on like skippers on Twitter are saying like it's going to be the history of mutants like told through Charles Xavier's eyes. And it's like, hey, cool, that's literally just Eternals but with no hair. Like, I'd watch that movie.
Hey,
cool.
he has a wheelchair too. Talk about man.
Oh yeah. I know he does it all the time. You know, he hovers.
You could work the mutants in some fashion. Yeah. I could see that, but
if they go with Krakoa and the whole thing of mutants are from a different, or they're all hiding out in a different like dimension, and they're all the Jinn from Miss Marvel.
Yeah,
cool. Like you explain where they've been. Like you can keep Magneto's history there with the Holocaust. He's just not been on this plane of reality.
Exactly. Yep.
It's fine. You can do it that way, and then you just bring them in for whatever reason.
So like Magneto and Logan were the ones that got left on Earth.
Yeah.
No, you just have like Magneto actually leave. Like they all leave, and that's why. Maybe you can have Logan just hanging out in Canada somewhere.
Oh yeah, I mean, because
I imagine Wolverine's going to be the first X-Men we see. There's no way they don't.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
He's not in there.
You're capitalizing on Wolverine.
Yeah, but like everyone, and to get around age problem, it's like cool. They've been hanging out in this other dimension from our own, and we're just making Krakoa no longer an island, but its own separate thing. And then you bring them back, like that way.
Yeah.
Now, hey, maybe the Marvels is the case of like the Bangle does something and it collapses the barrier and it screws over their dimension because it's a different R side or something like that, and that's why they have to come over.
The dimensions fuse after the collapse.
Yeah, and that's why Krakoa just suddenly appears like above New Zealand or wherever the hell it is.
So we got a new island out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's a safe way. You know, it's you can convolute it really quickly, but
yeah.
It's better than it's on the multiverse. Let's bring him in that way. Like,
nope. Please no. Please no.
So lazy.
Yeah, if it's Krakoa and using like a pocket dimension type of twist, fine. That's more.
Like it gives them a history, and he can be like, "Hey, here's why they still look like the Claremont era X-Men because they literally vanished in the 90s."
And also, if you want to, like Hickman did with Moira, all those different, like
you can Moira away.
You could do that, and it's easy to explain and understandable. Like I'd be cool.
Even though that is kind of like Xavier made them all forget.
Yeah.
Oh, Moira just resets the reality every time she dies.
Like, that's I forget. Xavier's kind of an ass because he does that in the comics.
Well, he is a villain.
I won't make you forget this X-Men that just died, so you don't have to feel any pain.
Hey, Jean Grey, your family trauma? Yeah, none of that happened.
But hey, I guess that's it for X-Men. And speaking of better and bigger, here we go, guys. We officially know it's happening. We officially have a date. Fantastic Four, November 8th of 2024.
They're liking this November date.
Oh yeah, they are. They like this.
And I poured one out for all the scoopers who said they were going to announce Spider-Man was going to be in the Fantastic Four. So
I mean, he still could be.
He could be, but let's.
They announced nothing for this movie apart from a day.
I know.
We
I'm
still don't have a
just saying,
director.
this people who said they had the inside scoop were saying that at Hall H they were going to say Spider-Man was going to be in it.
Like,
there's poor souls.
You know what the worst thing about this is, though? With a November 2024 release date, this means they don't have to start shooting till like summer of next year now. It's like, oh, I was hoping we would get updates soon, like this year, but no, it's going to be a while.
I mean, you can go at D23 like, hey, here's the cast, here's the director, or here's the writer, we're still looking for a director, and you do it that way.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose. I mean, yeah, it's...
You know, because
it gives John enough time to actually get into the role of Reed.
Oh, don't put that evil on me.
No, Feige's gonna double down.
No one wants Krasinski.
No, Feige's gonna double down. I know he's gonna do it. If he told Kamala at 616, he's gonna double down.
I mean, the thing with this whole Fantastic Four is, it's far enough away that I'm hopeful that they can still really rewire this script to be something more integral to everything that's important. And clearly, what we're going to talk about after this, it has to be, because Fantastic Four kicks off Phase 5, or Phase 6. So
yeah, and Phase 6 seems to be, I say it's a wrap-up phase, but there's like 12,000 things in this phase as well.
Yeah.
There's like 10 mystery projects they have yet to announce.
Yeah.
I say, do we think Kang is a villain of Fantastic Four? Or a version of Kang?
I think so.
AKA Nathaniel Richards. Do we really jump to that gun from the start?
I mean, they could. They literally can. That's the crazy thing, right? Like, they can do it.
They can do it?
They can do it. Oh.
Because you got to go different, right? And if it's if Kang is the villain and Nathaniel Richards is a version of Kang, even if Reed's related to Kang in some way, you got to play with that idea, especially when it's so close to what we're about to talk about.
So I want to bring this up because I'm looking at the actual full lineup schedule right now. I have it written here in a note. So we have an unannounced project in fall of 2024, then Fantastic Four, then another project right after it, and then a winter 2024, a winter 2025, spring 2025, another spring 2025, Avengers, 2 projects in summer of 2025, and ending 2025 with another Avengers. There is literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 projects in a span of 13 months.
Yep.
Jesus Christ, when you look at it. I mean, is Phase 6 literally just going to be 13 months and then it's over? With Secret War? And Fantastic Four kicks it off? That is nuts.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, okay, so now that I've kind of looked at it and you mentioned Kang and possibly Nathaniel Richards, I'm actually convinced that's what they're going to do. Yeah, it has to be.
If they don't go, hey, just to jump about a little bit, but you already mentioned it, to be fair, I did as well. Hey, Nathaniel Richards is the Kang Dynasty. I'm not going to be shocked.
Yeah.
And hey, where have the Fantastic Four been this entire time? Kang.
Fighting Kang.
Kang. Anything that's broken with the timeline, Kang.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually transition that to that. I guess let's talk about Kang Dynasty then, because that ties directly to Fantastic Four. Again, we know that connection. You just mentioned it. That would honestly be the simplest and smartest way to bring people up to speed, right?
Yep.
And it also keeps the Fantastic Four being a key component for literally the ending.
And also, Kevin Feige said that the Russo brothers are not doing the Avengers films.
No, and the funniest tweet I saw was literally right before we started this. If the Russos aren't directing, who else is going to do it? Like
Zack Snyder.
A director?
How many directors are in Hollywood right now?
Well,
literally anyone else.
Nick is out here being like, let Charlie Cox direct it, please.
They're like, people were being toxic and saying, oh, for Secret Wars, they're going to get Zack Snyder because what if? I'm like, no, please no.
No. We're going to get good directors.
So neither Snyder or Ayer will ever work at Marvel. Feige is not an idiot.
But it's cool. Well, this is really interesting that these two Avengers films are going to be the nightcap to the multiverse saga.
So I do want to kind of like the whole, because we're talking about both of them, right? First to kick off with,
they're in the same year. You might as well talk about the pair of them together.
So say
they are a part 1 and part 2. That's
bringing, like, for example, the Kang Dynasty. That has to, by the time that thing is over, the last scene in that film has to be as big as Infinity War to let you know Secret Wars is all hell breaks loose. So,
would it be like the ending would be like time ran out and we're on a full collision course with an incursion with 616?
I was just to say, I honestly think the Kang is behind. Like, you beat Kang in the incursion, just go out controlling it. Infinity War ended on near enough ended on a white screen with the snap. That's your Battle World moment.
Yeah.
Oh, so like you see the incursion and it goes white and then Battle World.
You see a lot of incursions.
Yeah.
a lot. Like you just have like these little glimpses of different realities and all these Earths. You could do. Who is it? Marvel or DC that has that line of Earths? That one really famous panel, just like a bunch.
I think that's DC.
To DC, absolutely mug that. Unashamedly mug that and just have them all collapsing into one.
So, Mitch, I know. Did you watch Crisis on Infinite Earths for CW?
What, CW?
Yeah.
No.
So what they did,
self-respect. Sorry.
What they did was kind of genius because they would cut the Batman 89's world, right? And they had like the reporter who was his friend, and he looks up at the sky, and suddenly the red cloud is hitting it, and everything is morphing and like converging. They need to ape that and put that
100%,
in, like, show the Fox X-Men universe and show Wolverine looking up and suddenly the X-Mansion is just engulfed into the whole incursion, right? Like, you need to end with that, and then the conversation for 9 months is the same as Endgame. What happened?